Okay, so there's a couple of more items that I forgot to show you that I did mention. Well, one of them I mentioned anyway. So we'll start with the first one that I did tell you about. And that's this little thing. I keep it in a little black bag just to try and keep it clean. Now, whenever I get the opportunity, I sterilise this with a small amount of bleach and leave it to soak in warm water for about an hour, and then flush it back through. Now, this is a Sawyer. There you go. A Sawyer mini water filter. They're not very expensive, and they last for, I think it's something like 1,000 something gallons, 1,000 and something or other gallons. I don't know. Anyway, let's just say it's going to last you a very, very, very long time, right? So with this came a plunger. Now, I broke my original plunger. The little nib snipped off. And when I say plunger, I mean like the syringe plunger. I'll show you. Now, the nib broke off on my last one, so my sister got me one from the hospital. And basically, not that end, sorry. This end can screw on to like a bottle. I'll show you. Obviously, I'm not going to be filtering a Coca-Cola. That's just ridiculous. But see, it will screw on like that. So I can collect dirty water in there, and I can either transfer it to another bottle, or I can just drink it straight out of the thing. After I've used it, I will make sure I save a bit of the clean water to flush it back through the opposite way to clean it out. You know, the first flush you want to be quite pushy with. Hence how I broke my nib, so obviously I was too pushy the first time. I don't know how this wind is doing with my microphone actually, I do apologise. It's probably blowing right into it. But yeah, so I'm trying to see if I can protect it a bit. I can hear it in my ear, see, it must be terrible for you. So yeah, so then you wash it out like that. Anyhow, there's also another little bit to it. I've got a straw that I can put on, not that end, sorry. The straw goes on that end. So if it's a small puddle, I can stick it on there and suck it up. And like I say, when you get the opportunity to stop somewhere and give it a proper clean, you just do it with a bit of bleach. And let it soak in the bleach for an hour. And then obviously flush the bleach out with some clean warm water. Another thing that I wanted to show you, although I've got a big shovel, I've only recently acquired that. This is something that I've always carried with me. It's just one of these little shovels. And it's great for if you need to go to the toilet, obviously. You can dig yourself a little hole. It's just handy for a number of little things. You know, digging my fire holes, this is more useful than the big shovel to dig my fire holes, purely because I can get around the corners, and when I dig my flue, it works on the basis of a Dakota fire hole. If you don't know what it is, then just look it up. There's plenty of videos out there. So I can dig my flue hole with this easier. It's just much easier to use, and they're very lightweight and very cheap, you know. So very handy to have. I've had to replace one before because I lost it. I must have left it somewhere. But I've never had one break on me. You can see how they work. Oh, let me get back out again. You can see how it works, like, you know. So yeah, just a couple of things that I thought, I haven't showed you those. Yeah, and I did mention the Sawyer thing. But see, the Sawyer is very useful in the fact that I don't have to walk around with loads of water all the time. In fact, the only water bottle that I ever have is this one, which I just top up now and then. If I can get fresh water, I'll just top it up with fresh water. But if I can't get fresh water, like I say, I actually deliberately bought this yesterday on my way on my travels, and it was quite expensive, £1.25 for this tiny little bottle. I mean, you can see I'm only little, so it's only a little bottle, but it is going to be really handy for my Sawyer because this lid is too wide for it. So I figured, well, not only do I get a sugary boost, but I've also got a good little bottle for my Sawyer for collecting water. Let's just have a sip of that. So yeah, a couple of more things. I'm going to have to stop off and get some some phone charge today because I've done quite a little bit of videoing, and it's only my first day, maybe I'm getting a bit overexcited and doing loads. But I was kind of also testing how bad it's going to be on my battery. I do have a little bit of cash on me, so hopefully I can find somewhere cheap to get something, sit down and use their electricity. Hopefully they'll have Wi-Fi as well. Fingers crossed. Alright, laters taters.